Good evening and welcome to the St. John's Grammar 2025 Totally 90s Cabaret. I would now like to acknowledgement of country and Ghana. Namani, Ghanaminya, Yaicha, Yadamatanya, Ghana Yada. Champithi Yalara, Banuku Yaicha, Banukutapa, Barana, Barana. We acknowledge the Ghana people and their native title rights to country. We respect that their spiritual beliefs are still important today and acknowledge elders past, present, and emerging. Natalia, my respects. Now please enjoy the show.
I'm a burning effigy of everything I used to be. You're my rock of empathy. I did my lost to show you to die. Sometimes stuff an alibi. Different song, so don't be like
MC Woo in the building! Let me hear some noise for the cabaret! That's what I like to hear. Welcome to a night of nostalgia. A night of the 90s. and a night of not so sensible fashion choices. You've stumbled into a time warp, so grab your Tamagotchi, whack on some butterfly clips, and let's get prepared to party like it's 1999 again. But before we kick off this cabaret spectacular, I think we'd best take a cheeky stroll along memory lane. The 1990s. What a decade! Australia was buzzing. Kathy Freeman was flying down the track. And we were all glued to Friends and Home and Away like our lives depended on it. You remember when Harold Bishop came back from the dead? Iconic. And globally, things were changing faster than you could say dial-up internet. The Berlin Wall was down, Nelson Mandela was free, and the internet was just starting to ruin family dinners. Everyone was learning to type LOL while waiting 45 minutes for one image to download. And the music? Ah, the music! The 90s gave us everything from grunge to girl power. Over in the States, Nirvana were making flannel shirts cool. Tupac and Biggie were battling it out. And Britney Spears was still in school uniform. Here in Oz, we had Silverchair rocking out in their teens. Savage Garden making us believe in love again. And Kylie Minogue, she was proving she was more than just Charlene from Ramsey Street. Tonight, we're bringing all of that glorious chaos onto the stage. Our performers are ready to channel the spirit of the 90s, complete with questionable fashion and unforgettable tunes. Expect some powerhouse vocals, some dance moves that defy gravity, and maybe even a surprise or two.
Well, here's a surprise for you.
What do you want, Jazzy? This is my gig.
What's this gig, rude boy? What would you know about the 90s? You was at home in your bed playing with your little Tamagotchi. You know what? I challenge you to a massive rap battle this evening at my club.
I'll see you there.
Yup.
Double yo.
Triple yo.
Triple yo to the max. Yo. Let's put on a show. Sorry about that. I'll sort him out later. So all of you please, sit back, crack open a can of Solo. Thank you very much. And get ready to enjoy a night of celebration. This isn't just a cabaret, no. It's an homage to everything that was totally 90s. Have a ripper of a night.
bloke from the council. You can't just take someone home. It's not right.
They would have knocked down our house for some bloody extension to the airport. I mean, what kind of people do that?
It's not just a house, it's our home. It's where we have Christmas. It's where Steve got his first letterbox.
Who's 3 buggers? Real good spread.
Hey Dad, there's a bloke here in the paper asking $200 for jousting sticks.
Tell him he's dreaming.
But our house, they don't see what we see. The memories, the love, the sponge cake.
Now, why would you want to fly out to some fancy restaurant when you can get tucker like this at home? And what do you call these, love?
Results.
And then there's Serenity.
How's the serenity?
So much serenity. Dennis! Come on in, mate. We were just talking about the serenities.
Evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Got stuck behind a caravan.
Sit down, Dennis, have some sponge cake.
Thanks, Sal. Smells great.
So, Dennis, what's the story? Can they really do this?
Well, it's complicated. It's the Constitution, it's marble, it's justice, it's the vibe.
The what?
Yeah, you know, the vibe of the thing.
I get you. That's what I said. You can't just take someone home.
That's right. Besides, this house has character. Like the hole in the wall that Steve made with his cricket bat.
That was an accident.
The Victoriana lattice and bolted on the chimney.
Has a bit of charm.
Look, I'll be honest, I am not a big-time lawyer. I mostly do conveyancing and parking fines.
You got me out of that speeding ticket? You're a legend!
You're not just a lawyer, Dennis. You're a carer now.
Thanks, Darryl. Look, I'll take this to the High Court if need be.
That's the spirit. You're a bloody champion.
Hi,
You want to have a go at that sponge cake?
love to.
To the lodge!
To
To the bar!
if it's got that 90s vibe. Now, let's get ready to mumble. I mean rumble. Now, for the player who needs no introduction, the man, the myth, and dare I say it, the legend. You all know him. Give it up for MC Roo!
MC Roo, welcome to the crew. Boomerang flow, coming back to you.
Alright. And now, for the competitor. With a flow so sick it should be mopped up, please give it up for DJ Jazzy! Alright boys, you know the rules. Play nice.
Give me a beat. Jesse, back on the far side from my last battle, could have sworn you died. So you like battle dance, you cool the ground. Hard, I'm MC Roo, and I'm the greatest rap star.
Jazzy's back, automatic was a comeback. It's like that. Ready for your bounce back?
No more questions on ruthless when I get. When you pick up the mic, I know you're gonna shake. Last house on the beat, it was a good day. I'm the predator, Jazzy, and you're the prey.
You ain't nothing like try, but can't kick it with your fluff. Check the rhyme, throw your flow, ain't nothing like electric relaxation. I'm never rough. Nothing but a poser, call your bluff.
One more time, let me finish this fool. Jazzy, can't you see? Sometimes your bars traumatize me. It ain't cause they're hurtful, it ain't cause it's tough. But everything is music, just ain't up to snuff.
Straight out of Compton, where you from? I'm in the gangster's paradise, you're just the con. Trying to run the show, outshined by the bomb. Stepping in the game, but your prints aren't fresh, you're done!
Okay. That was all that. MC Roo, you brought the madness. And DJ Jazzy, dare I say, you brought the laughs. So, vote with your voices, who wins? The MC Roo?
Yes!
The DJ Jazzy! Well, do we just call it a tie at Mario Kart?
There were nights when the wind was so cold that my body froze and then if I just listened to it right outside the window. There were days when the sun was so cruel that all the tears turned to dust, and I just knew my eyes were drying up forever. I finished crying the instant that you left, and I can't remember where or when or how. And I banished every memory when I had ever made. But if you touch me like this, and if you kiss me like that, it was so long ago, but it's all coming back to me. If you touch me like this, and if I kiss you like that, it was gone with the wind, but it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back, it's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes
pivot a little bit, okay? But pivot, you know. We'll just start by turning it a little, and then we'll see where we get from there. Just need to move it a little bit. Okay, so just turn it a little. And turn. That's not turning. Oh, like pivot. Come on, I am pivoting. Pivot. This is not pivoting.
It's like pivoting to me.
Come on, pivot. What are you doing? Pivot. 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 Pivot.
Stop!
You know what I have to do.
Could this be any more of a rerun?
Yeah, but you love it. You've been watching us drink coffee here for 10 years. You're basically paying for this couch.
Oh my gosh, disaster! What happened? My hairstylist is on holiday for 3 weeks.
Oh no! Wait, is there gonna be food in this story?
No, it's about my hair.
Oh, good. So, how you doing?
Joey, not the time.
Is that a muffin crumb?
That's my breakfast.
Now here comes the emotional core of the episode.
I had to work with this assistant. Do you know what that means?
That your hair will look the exact same.
My gosh, how dare you!
For the record, my hairstylist is never on holiday. I plan ahead.
I'm just saying.
Just saying, because you think you're right about everything.
Because I am right.
Oh my
We were
gosh. Here comes.
on a break!
That's the part of the show where he yells at every single episode.
It's basically our to be or not to be.
If I were writing this show, it would have resulted 6 seasons ago with a spreadsheet.
Smelly cat, milk and nostalgia.
Also, my psychic just told me that this episode is gonna end in exactly 3 minutes.
You have a psychic?
Yeah, he also told me one of you is secretly British.
Wait, we're on a TV show?
Joey, there are lights. I mean, laughter.
I just thought Central Park had very supportive customers.
Yeah, like that one guy who's been watching us for a decade. Hi, Frank!
Is anyone gonna eat that? What? It's just set dressing.
Okay, new plan. How about we all go back to my apartment and we can clean the baseboards, alphabetize the candy goods, and rotate the cushions for even wear. They complain now that who they call when they can't find their paprika.
Spice
That's
police.
detective. Spice police to you.
I'm just saying, if you look at the timeline.
Timeline? This isn't Jurassic Park, Ross.
Maybe you're gonna be extinct socially if you keep talking.
Tune in next week, and we have the exact same conversation, but with slightly different outfits.
And with my apartment looking fabulous, because I'm the only one who actually does anything between episodes.
And maybe I'll finally get my sandwich subplot again.
Could this be any more self-aware?
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
it's been a night of nostalgia, where the spirit of the 90s is alive and kicking. What have we thought so far? Right, we'd best give some call-outs. We had Girl Power from the Spice Girls. We had Plastic Pop Perfection with Barbie Girl. And we had some not so heavy rock with Nothing Else Matters. Of course, our TV classics of Friends, The Castle, and my overwhelming victory at Might Club. From the sweeping strings of our orchestra to our big band's horns and the perfected harmonies of our soloists and choirs, every note has been a throwback to when grunge rock ruled the world and music had attitude. So I ask of you now, grab your scrunchies, feed your Tamagotchis and dust off that double denim as we get stuck straight back into things. This is your cabaret, your soundtrack, and your 90s revival. Let's make it unforgettable.
never let go.
Oh, that's sweet, Rose, but maybe you could just move over and let go.
Move over, Jack. There's barely enough room for me.
I know, but I saw you do yoga on the deck earlier and you folded like a pretzel. I believe in you.
Are you saying I should send my way into saving your life?
You could try.
Jack, this door, it's like the lifeboats. Room for one, but not for two.
Ah, yes, the Titanic tradition, exclusive seating arrangements. First class get lifeboats, steerage gets hypothermia.
Maybe if I lie diagonally?
Rose, this isn't a chaise lounge, it's a glorified plank. I've seen bigger cutting boards.
Jumped off a lifeboat, Jack.
If this was a different 90s movie blockbuster, like Jurassic Park, I'd be the guy who gets eaten in the first 10 minutes.
And I'd be the one running in heels across the deck.
You know how I sketched you? Well, that picture means everything to me.
You're freezing and still flirting.
No, it just warms my heart.
You know, if we survive this, we're suing White Star Line for emotional damage and poor door design.
And for not teaching basic buoyancy math. 1 door plus 2 people equals drama.
You're ridiculous.
You're radiant, even in sub-zero temperatures. You're like a glamorous popsicle.
Titanic, the love story that froze half of Hollywood.
Next time we fall in love, can it be on a tropical cruise? You know, no icebergs, just pina coladas and board shorts?
Deal, but for now, could you float away? The orchestra is about to play, and I need to yell your name in a tragic, over-melodramatic way.
Okay.
Jack! 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 Come back! Come back!
speech. Journalist, broadcaster, senator, human headline, and the only man to be suspended from Parliament for calling the Prime Minister boring to his face. Also the only man to leave prison with more media deals than when he went in.
Oh, Darren, you do love a scandal. I, however, prefer a standing ovation. Preferably while wearing something sequined and slightly appropriate for midday.
Standing ovations don't pay the bills, Carrie Ann. Truth does. And I've got a truth bomb. Our ratings are down. Probably because someone keeps posting into unscheduled song like it's Hey Hey It's Saturday.
Are you suggesting that my musical stylings are not a national treasure? This from the man who once gate-crashed his own roast because the jokes were too polite.
That was self-defense. Your singing is a public hazard.
That's it. I'm doing it. I am midday, hear me roar, in stilettos on the floor. I've hosted shows since Darren had hair.
I still have hair, Carrie Ann. It's just strategic.
I've danced with stars, I've faced the press. I've worn more feathers than a cockatoo nest.
And I've interviewed presidents, prime ministers, and once a man who claimed to be Elvis. None of them sung, and all of them told me things you couldn't get with a decade of charity lunches or 3 Logies acceptance speeches.
Well, I've done interviews while hanging upside down from a trapeze, and I still kept my lipstick on.
You've also fallen off a chair live on air twice.
It was a dramatic choice. Besides, if I really wanted the spotlight, I'd just do what I did last year. Fly to Africa, go on I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here, and have Australians vote on whether or not I should eat a kangaroo testicle.
Yes. Your I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here moment. How long did you last? 3 days?
4, thank you. And I only left because the jungle didn't have a decent mirror. Your turn, Darren. Impress us.
I don't sing, I subpoena.
That's what you said at Karaoke Night 2002, yet Highway to Hell still happened.
It was a private moment of a very public hangover. No, shame, Carrie. Shame. Like the time you called a studio audience member darling and forgot their name 3 times.
At least I didn't spend my Logies night giving policy speeches to actors from Neighbours. Ladies and gentlemen, the human headline and the midday monarch together at last. Midday madness where the stars, rating wars and diva spas, where the show that never ends, even when we cancel Friends.
Shame. Catching up.
Almost as catchy as I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. Only this time, Darren, no one's voting me out.
strumming my pain with his finger, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I heard
Ladies and gentlemen, what a night it's been! From the very first note to the final beat, we've been taken on a trip through the 90s in sound, soul, and spectacle. Let's hear some noise for what we've had! We had the orchestra, who set the tone of elegance and grandeur with the Titanic. And whilst the ship may have gone down, the orchestra was up. The big band as well were moving on up. Our hearts felt the rhythm of the night with the senior vocal ensemble as the choirs wrapped us in harmonies and unity. And the ensembles, cello, guitar, strings, flute, they all made a magic, filling every corner of this historic town hall. And the soloists, exceptional. Did we do the 90s any justice? Of course we did! Now, we arrive at the grand finale. 2 final songs. First, we'll ask of you a question. What's going on? This historic song echoes through generations as it calls for compassion, awareness, and change. And following that, on a slightly different note, we're going to hit you with some power and energy with Smells Like Teen Spirit, a rebellious roar that defined a decade, and I guarantee it'll shake the stage this evening. I've only one concern, and it's that this building may not be able to keep up. So to all of you, I offer my sincerest thank yous. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your attendance at the St. John's 2025 Cabaret. Take care, good luck to your families, and drive safely, as this is MC Roo bidding you adieu.
so much, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed the evening. It has been an absolute pleasure to put this on, and the students have worked extremely hard. Just want you to take a little moment, just take it in. That's 142 students on stage. So it's pretty amazing. It's the biggest cabaret we've ever done, and they have worked really, really well. I think they need one more applause. Go for it. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm going to take a few moments now to just do a few thank yous. But please, if you haven't, have a look at your booklet, at your program, and have a look at that massive list of crew. This really does take a village to put together, and it's a huge effort, and there's a lot of people that are involved. There are a few people that I'd like to thank. First of all, if you are a Year 12, can you please stand up for me? I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Year 12 musicians and performing arts students for everything that they have done for performing arts and music program here at St John's, some of them starting way back in ELC. And the cabaret is a really big full circle for them all. And I know there's some parents in here that have had siblings that have come through and done the cabaret, and it's a bit of an end of an era for a few families. So could we please give a massive round of applause to our Year 12 students. I'd also like to take this opportunity, and hopefully they're behind there and they can come out, but I'd like to take this opportunity to individually thank our absolutely wonderful professional musicians. One of the things that I am really passionate about is providing opportunities for our students to perform with Adelaide musicians. And I absolutely am not lying when I tell you that these are some of the best musicians that we have in Australia. So could we please give them a massive round of applause. On trumpet, Robert Freeman. On keys and piano and everything in between, Edward Black. Everything, Alex Fun, and Tim Myers. And on guitar, Sam Cagney. Now you may have realised that I've missed one person out, and that is Alex Taylor on trombone, and I just want to do a personal little shout out. Yes, he's my husband, but also if you've looked on the program, he's actually written about 95% of the arrangements for this cabaret. So it is actually a really unique and quite beautiful thing that we could get together and say, look, I need a customised arrangement for this orchestra. I want to feature this particular student, and he can transcribe, and it's really quite a fantastic thing. So I'm just taking a little bit of a selfish thing to say a big thank you to Alex Taylor. I'll keep him, I think. So thank you for all the arrangements. I now would like to spend a little bit of time very quickly just talking through, as I said, some of the crew that have put this together. One of the things that I really enjoy about putting this cabaret together is that we have a really beautiful team of teachers who come together and basically just say yes to any of my crazy ideas. First of all, to the fantastic art and design teachers, Dawn and Kate. They have actually put this together with their Year 9 class, design class. I'm very much about collaboration and getting our students involved in lots of different things. They actually came on the Wednesday on the matinee, and we're really excited to see how their set design went into the whole show. So it's a really beautiful thing, and thank you to those two lovely women who have put all of that together. Just quickly give them a clap as well. To the absolutely fantastic performing arts crew, to Trudy Hewitt, who always, I think, has a nightmare every time I tell her how many stands she has to move on and off in chairs and things like that. So thank you for all of that. They get a 37-page stage booklet, and I say do this, and they just make it happen. So thank you to Trudy.
And to our wonderful stage crew, and Angie and Tilo did such a great job, and Ina, she's actually a student teacher that's been with us, and when they said that she was coming at this time, I said, well, you're going to be useful. You're coming at a cabaret. And she's been absolutely vital in helping with all of the backstage, getting all the, everything on and off. It's been absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for that crew. And let us... on the follow spot, way at the back there. It's very important to be able to highlight some of our soloists and things, and she does such a great job. Also to our fantastic tech crew, Adam Budgeon, who's actually a parent, so we're very, very lucky to have him. And Sean, thank you so much. They actually, they have to learn the show in like a day, basically. We come in for the tech run and they're learning, and there's a lot of mics on stage. There's a lot of wiring, there's lots of sound and audio going on. I think I've given Adam a bit of a headache this week, but he's done such an amazing job. Thank you so much to that lovely, fantastic Nord crew, all of that tech crew, the stage manager, everybody here have just been so accommodating. We might, I don't think we can get any bigger because we're encroaching on the audience. We just fit, so it's very lovely to be able to be here at Norwood. I want to just quickly thank as well the wonderful Patrick Penfold, who many of you know is the drama teacher. He's actually retiring at the end of the year, so this is his final cabaret. And I just want to do a little special shout out and personal thank you for all of the times that we have worked together to be able to put all of our shows together. It has been a real honour. Talk about every single person on this crew, we will be here forever and ever, but I would like to now pass over to Sophie, who is our head chorister, who is going to continue with a few thank yous as well.
Now there are just 3 more people who really need to have a few words said about them. I am conscious of time though, so I'll try to keep this quick. So the first one is the lovely Alice Brown. You want to come down here? Now Alice time in, all the time actually, whether it's printing music and making sure it's individually labelled for all of us, or making sure all the shirts are the right size and get to us and get to Cabaret, which is harder than you'd think it would be. She just does such an amazing job, and she's also had the role of professional shusher backstage. I'm not sure how many of you have tried to shush a teenager, but she used to do it for this many kids, so she's just amazing. We've got some flowers for you. Thank you, Alice. We love that. Next, we have the wonderful Luke Stuttery. Obviously director of our bands, but he's also got a few more roles tonight. So this year, he's actually the Year 12 music teacher as well, which means he's worked very closely with the lovely soloists you had tonight. And he's a parent. It's actually both of his children's last cabarets tonight, which I'm sure makes it extra special. So I don't know how he manages to balance all that and keep a smile on his face, but it's appreciated and your bands aren't too shabby. And finally, our wonderful Miss Casaro when she gets back over here. Now it obviously goes without saying how much work Ms. Casari puts into events like this, and she's genuinely one of the most passionate and dedicated people I've ever met, and I think it shows on nights like this. You're just so amazing, and you've seen how many times she's been on and off the stage tonight, and that's just the ensemble she orchestrates, but she also does so much behind the scenes, making sure that we all know where we have to be, when we have to be there, and what we have to have, and when you've got this many students, that is no small feat. So, thank you so much, Ms. Casari. You're amazing.
So I got in here and I
I don't want to steal any of my thunder here, but as the new principal, my first cabaret, welcome and thank you for coming along this evening. Wow. All I can say is this is a really special night and the performing arts are well and truly alive at St John's. Thank you to the 142 students here. It makes me very proud to be your principal and to see you perform so well tonight. So thank you very much and we congratulate all the students tonight for their work. And a couple more thank yous which probably have happened, but Ginger, thank you for leading this team. I'm not going to try and name every staff member like you have, but thank you to your team and also in particular to the Year 12s for your commitment to music at the school. It is really appreciated and really valued by everyone here. And finally, Patrick, I want to thank you for your support of performing arts throughout the many years that you've been here. I know I'm new to the place, but your name comes with a pretty strong reputation in this area. So thank you very much for your commitment to the performing arts at St John's over many years. And there's one person that has been forgotten, and I think was one of my highlights definitely on the night, and I actually have a bit of a link with Joseph Freya, who has directed a lot of the screens here tonight through my past school. So thank you very much, Joseph, for your commitment to tonight as well. So I believe we've got one more thing, have we? Maybe, a special thing, maybe. But thank you for joining us, and I'm going to hand back over. But have a great night. Last but not least, to the people who are going to Japan tomorrow, safe travels. It's amazing that we think we've got performers here tonight who are now getting on a plane to go to Japan. So safe travels. We look forward to seeing you back next term. Thank you.
The Japan families will thank me because they're going to sleep really well on the plane. Our special finale is that we need to exit the stage and also bump out. So please feel free to mingle, say hello to one another. I know many families know each other. Thank you families for your commitment to performing arts and for all the drop-offs and pick-ups that you do. Just amazing. So if you can just give us a little bit of time for our students to pack up and we will release them back to you.